to Mate Thomas 208.
208 receiving.
Collarbone male, injured or ill, out of the railway yards. Ambulance has been called.
Okay, we're about 5-10 minutes away.
When I ask you a question, I want an answer. Spit it out.
I don't know anything.
Drug squad.
What's the matter with him?
He's out for...
We've got to get him to a hospital.
Leave it.
What are you doing here?
On our way to Mount Thomas, heard you take the call.
Well, you butted in.
We were closer.
I'll
I'll ask you one more time. What did he take? Is it speed? Ecstasy?
I don't know.
Don't lie to me. It was Epis, wasn't it?
Hey, you should tell us. What's your name, sweetheart?
Tracy, Burnett.
This is drug squads.
The Ambos are 3 minutes away.
We're taking the girl in. You two can look after the boy. I'll question him later. You think you can handle that?
I want to stay with Tom.
In the car! Thought I'd run into you, old boy.
Yeah.
Didn't he tell you, Constable? I'm his brother.
So what do we owe the honour?
Drug squad business. Give me a coffee, will you, Doug?
Obviously, you know we've had a growing number of reports about the use of party drugs in the area.
Yeah.
But that Todd kid's our first casualty.
Listen, I'm not here because some dopey hick can't count his eckies.
That dopey hick could die.
What am I supposed to do about that?
Look, if you expect our cooperation on this, you should tell us what you know.
We had a report that a shipment of laboratory glass had been delivered to Mount Thomas.
And you think someone could be operating a clan lab here?
If they are, we're going to find it.
Wait a minute, you don't think those two kids could be behind this?
Boy did a bit of chemistry at school. Girl knows how to use a deep fryer.
Oh, give me a break, Dylan.
What? How old are you today? 30, is it? Oh, well, suppose you've still got time to learn. What? You keeping it a secret?
Why didn't you say something to us?
It's no big deal.
Happy birthday.
Come on, Doug, let's put the squeeze on the girl.
So, 30. Heading for menopause.
Yeah.
Halfway to a pension.
Well, you just cheated yourself out of a whole lot of presents.
Birthday's a good day for a bit of hatchet bearing, don't you think?
You gonna give him the same advice?
We're off to the hospital.
Is the boy conscious?
He'd better be.
Well, we can run you over there if you like.
Can I come too?
Sure.
Let's just go, shall we?
What is going on there?
30 years of competition.
So, what happened last night?
Told that detective all this. It was just a party at the rail yards. Music and dancing and stuff.
Lots of drinking?
Fair bit. Ask that other guy, why don't you?
Because we're asking you. Look, your friend could have died. He'd taken ecstasy. Now, have you taken any?
No. I won't take them.
So Todd did.
How many did you take?
I don't know. 2 maybe?
And where'd you get them from?
I don't know.
Did he get them from you?
No. First I saw of him was when he tried to give me one. I wouldn't take it. He kept on at me and I got mad.
You guys have a fight?
I went home. I thought he was so stupid. I just left him there.
But you were back this morning.
I just wanted to make sure he was okay. So I went back and I found him.
And you called the police?
Huh?
Would you know who did?
You can go in. Call us if he decides to cooperate.
So, given Tracy didn't make that 000 call at the party, we really should find out who did.
Well, out there, it's unlikely to have been a local complaining about the noise.
I'll see what I can find.
Good luck.
It's a small town.
Tell me something I don't know.
Wait, we tracked down the address for the lab glass.
Yeah, who got it?
People named Maxwell. They run a shop in the old bank near the gardens.
Maxwell.
Yeah, a bloke named Julian and his sister Eloise. If you like, Doug and I can go and bring him in.
No, that's all right. I'll check it out myself. You stay here, Doug.
Is he going to interview them on his own?
Yeah, he does it all the time. But it was a Jones thing.
Must have been a quiet party. No one seems to have been there.
Hey, let it go, Jonesy. They're just kids.
No, I just realised where we are. Outside the old bank where the lab equipment was delivered. Since we're here,
This is my brother, Constable Jones. And Constable Rayner.
g'day.
Pleased to meet you.
Eloise and Julian are friends of mine. Knew them when they were in Melbourne. My brother hates it if he thinks I'm keeping him out of anything. He's no doubt here because he thinks you're in the drug business.
Oh, really?
Hell, why don't you show the constables what mischief you've been up to out and back?
Well, if you're really interested.
Here we are.
Come on, I'll lead. Here you are. This would be the lab glass you've heard about.
And the flowers
We extract oils from them. You smell that, Constable?
Perfume.
Lavender oil. It's wonderful on the pillowcase at night.
That lab glass could be used for making more than just oil.
Yeah, the possibility didn't escape me, but trust me, there's nothing to it.
Well, how well do you know the Maxwells?
Eloise and I went out for a little while a few years back. She's clean.
Well, people change. It's got to at least be worth getting that glass in for testing.
I seriously doubt it.
Well, so I guess you'll be leaving town then.
Why?
Well, you found the lab glass you've been tracking, and it's legit.
Okay, yep.
Well, someone's manufacturing and selling drugs in this town. I'm here to find out who they are.
Brilliant, thank you. We've got the analysis of Todd's blood. Those pills he took were a nice little cocktail.
They were laced with strychnine, methylated spirits, and soap powder.
Where'd you pay for them, Todd? Reckon you got your money's worth?
I keep telling you, I never took any pills.
You could have died. And so could your mates.
My mate.
Don't tell us you're the only one that bought them.
You should tell us who they are, Todd, before they poison themselves.
To hell with that. Tell us who you bought them off. That's what we want to know.
It was a guy, a man.
It was Tracy, wasn't it? It was your girlfriend.
No.
You're lying to protect her.
No, it was a man, I told you.
She gave you that stuff, knowing it could kill you. Some girlfriend.
Why would Tracy give him dirty pills? She'd have to know how dangerous they are.
Why would she care? She's a dealer, not a user. Maybe he was making and selling them with her and they had a falling out. Maybe he got himself a new girlfriend. I can think of 20 reasons.
Yeah, but I can't see her as a potential murderer. She's 18.
There's no age limit for stupidity.
She's not the type, Dylan.
You should open your eyes, Ev, and your mind.
208 receiving.
There's a young woman here by the name of Nicola Johnson. Says she's the one who called him Todd's 000.
I could see that he was really bad and no one was doing anything.
So you called us? Anonymously?
I didn't do anything wrong. I just didn't want to give my name.
It's okay. You might have saved his life.
I was just dancing with him. He's a really good dancer.
No. How'd Tracy feel about that?
I don't know. I saw them arguing and then she went home.
Upset, was she? About you and Todd dancing?
I don't know. I started dancing with another guy and then I saw him, Todd, passed out.
He'd taken some bad eckies, Nicola. Did you see anyone selling them?
Only her. She had a bag full of eckies.
Who?
His girlfriend, Tracy.
There she is.
What's happened? Is Todd all right?
It's very good. We didn't come about Todd. It's about the bag of pills you had at the rave party.
What bag of pills?
What do you mean there was more than one?
Someone saw you with a bag of eckies at the party.
Where do you make them, Trace? In the house? In the shed there?
We'd like to take a look around if you don't mind.
No, you've got no right.
What the hell's going on here? Trace?
It's nothing, Dad. It's all right.
What are these blokes doing here if it's nothing?
We'd like to search your property, Mr. Burnett.
What the hell's going on?
Your daughter's suspected of possessing drugs.
She's suspected of manufacturing and supplying drugs. That's what's going on. Now, can we search?
Trace, that's crap. It's Todd and his shonky mates. You go and search their houses, all right?
please.
No. You go and talk to him and leave my daughter alone. And get off my property. Go on, get off.
All right, Mr. Burnett, we'll get a warrant, but Tracy will have to come with us.
She's not going anywhere.
It's all right, Dad. It won't take long. You'll be all right.
I'll get my jacket.
No, you stay here. It'll be okay. All right?
We'll bring her back, Mr. Burnett.
You just make sure she's all right.
Headache tablets. You expect us to believe you took a bag of headache tablets to a rave party?
It's true. I get sick of being pestered to take Epis, that's all. Someone's always sliding up to you and offering you a pill.
Aren't you getting a bit confused, Tracy? Isn't it you who does the offering? At a price?
No.
So, Tracy, when someone offers you an E, you...
I tell them I'm sick. I show them the bag of headache tablets and they leave me alone.
Well, it seems pretty feasible to me. That way you can say no and people still think you're cool.
Give me a break.
Well, what sort of dealer walks around a party showing off a bag of their own gear? It's a great way to get caught.
So she's not very bright.
But bright enough to run a clan lab, according to you. Look, if you're at a party and you want to score, you know who the dealers are. Dealers don't advertise.
That for me?
Tracy's obviously telling the truth and you just hate to be wrong, Dylan.
Taken a fancy to her, have you? Yeah, that sort of thing starts to happen when you turn 30. Start to perv on younger women. Take a look at that.
Nothing on Tracy Burnett.
Read on, Constable. Harold Burnett? Harry? Her father? Old man's got form for cultivate and possess cannabis, it seems. I think we can take you home now. Watering the garden, is he? Smelling the roses?
I don't know.
I think he's in the shed.
Is that where he is, Trace? Hiding under the chaff bags?
He must have been in the shed. You saw the chain. I always keep it locked.
There's no sign of him in there.
But they're locking
Listen, darling, your dad's not in there, but we can't let you in, all right? Maybe he went into town to look for you. We'll find him. We'll find him. Don't worry.
Probably set some stuff in the heat and wandered off. Not very clever of Harry, was it?
You think this was an accident?
Happens all the time. First lesson in drug manufacture. Don't leave your chemicals unattended.
But this wasn't a chemical explosion. Look at that. Whatever exploded was sitting there.
And you don't cook chemicals on the ground.
All right, so it wasn't an accident. Harry blew it deliberately before we came looking.
He wouldn't do that. It's my shed. He built it for me. Somewhere Todd and I can play our music and stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Nothing. The usual sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah? The usual sort of stuff. And this is what's left of it. Laboratory flasks, copper piping, timer. If not mistaken, the remains of a deep fryer. Looks like you've just gone out of business. Do you know what a clan lab is, Tracy?
No.
No?
I think it's where they make drugs.
Nice quiet places, like your dad's farm, where nobody knows he's going to see what's going on. You know, shed maybe, with a big lock and a chain on the door.
We haven't got any. We didn't.
No, well, not anymore. Not since your old man blew it to bits.
He didn't. Why would he?
To cover what he was doing in there. What you both were doing in there, making ecstasy. Burnett and daughter. Got a nice ring to it. I think Constable Jones believed in you, Tracy, but he's changing his mind now. Probably thinks you let him down. We know you were making ecstasy, and we know you were selling it. And we have a witness who saw you at the party with a big bag of pills.
I told you they were headache tablets. And it wasn't a big bag, it was just enough to keep people off my back.
Yeah, well, now that we've found your clan lab, that story doesn't quite stick anymore, does it? One thing still bothers me, though. Why'd you give those Epis to your boyfriend? Must have been a bad fight you two had. I mean, even Constable Jones would think poisoning him was a bit rough.
Tracy, did you give Todd that pill last night?
No. Lots of people had drugs at that party. He could have got it from almost anyone there.
What are you trying to prove?
Nothing, that's the point. How can we prove that Tracy gave Todd anything?
There's a witness, remember? Saying she saw Tracy at the party with a whole bag of pills.
Why are you so prepared to take Nicola's word for it when you won't believe anything that anybody else has to say?
Where's my daughter? Where have you bastards taken my kid? Hey, Trace!
I thought you'd been killed.
It's all right, Dales, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
You've got some explaining to do, Mr. Burnett. Take him to the interview room, Constable.
I know why the shed went up and Tracy had nothing to do with it.
Please, enlighten us.
There's some stumps down the back needed digging up. Thought it might be easier if I blasted them, so I was mixing up some ANFO in the shed.
ANFO?
Yeah, the fertiliser, fuel oil mix that the farmers use.
I know what it is. You expect me to believe that?
That's what I was doing.
And it just accidentally went up and accidentally destroyed your clan lab?
Destroyed what?
Don't know what it is. Tracy did.
It's a clandestine laboratory where you make drugs.
So what would Tracy know about that?
Why don't you tell us, Harry?
Well, this is what we're talking about, Harry. This came from what was left of your shed. It's used to make ecstasy and other drugs.
This old stuff. Why didn't you say? That's my old chemistry set. My dad gave me that when I was a kid.
Did he teach you to make ecstasy as well?
Wouldn't even know what you're talking about.
Blown up shed with a few bits of broken glass and a deep fryer doesn't prove very much.
The old crook's got form. Cultivate and possess.
Which probably means he had a couple of plants on his windowsill.
It was a bit more than that. I made the bus myself, actually.
But we're not talking about pot 30 years ago, boss. We're talking about ecstasy cut with strychnine today.
It doesn't sound like Harry.
Once a crook, always a crook.
He was given a fine and a 2-year bond and he hasn't put a foot wrong ever since.
So you think he's clean?
Not necessarily. I suppose ANFO could blow up by itself, but I've never heard of it. You need some sort of detonator.
Excuse me.
I've just heard about the explosion at the Burnett property. Have they really been arrested?
We did have them here, but they've been released.
They weren't hurt, were they?
They're both fine. No one was injured.
That's a relief.
You seem very interested in the Burnetts, Miss Maxwell.
Well, I just hate the thought of our raw materials perishing of thirst with Mr. Burnett not being there to irrigate them. Business is business. They provide us with most of our flowers. But I suppose you already knew that.
As a matter of fact, I didn't.
Thank you, Constable. I'm just glad the Burnetts are safe and sound.
Come on, I'll show you out.
Seems pretty interested in our investigation.
Well, it's no wonder the way you barged into a shop.
Gotta ask yourself. What's the connection between the Maxwells and the Burnetts?
One family grows flowers, the other one buys them. Look, if you're that worried about the Maxwells, check them out on Leap. You have.
Yeah, and they're clean.
Which is more than you can say for Harry Burnett.
It's a gut feeling, Suze.
I know you and your brother have your differences. Just don't let it cloud your judgment. Dylan's only going with the evidence.
Suddenly very quiet. I missed the conspiracy theory.
Well, you're probably right about the Burnetts. But there's one thing that bothers me. Tracy said that Todd tried to give her the pill last night, which he confirmed, which incriminates him for having possession.
Probably said that to cover for his girlfriend.
But if he was telling the truth, then maybe he's still got the pill.
Well, unless he took it last night or flushed it this morning.
I don't know.
We've searched him once.
How hard you look?
Well, let's check it out again.
I know you don't want to see Tracy in trouble, so have you got the pills or not?
No, honest. I tried to get her to take it, but she wouldn't, so I threw it away.
Threw it away.
Look, all right, I took it myself. Guess that's what did it, eh? One too many. Hey, you got no right.
Yes, we do.
Just stop him.
What's this, Todd?
That's not mine.
Well, it's in your shoe.
Todd's in it with the Burnett's. He's probably the salesman. Put a call through to Doug. Get him to put the application in for the warrant. We'll pick him up, turn the farm over, then Todd's place.
Can't you wait till Tracy's here? I don't know about this stuff.
I think you do. Not the first time, is it, Harry?
Where is Tracy, Mr. Burnett?
I don't know. She just went off. I don't know, all right?
Sergeant.
Well done, Constable. What's this, Harry? I think Constable Jones has just blown your story out of the water.
They're the same pill.
Yes, a heart.
That's the symbol old Mr. Gansman used to use.
Gansman?
He had the pharmacy before her tea. She used to make all his own pills with a pill press. It was the symbol he used. Atish might know where the presses ended up.
That was the hospital. Todd's gone, discharged himself and took off.
Great. Well, we'll get him back. Did anyone pick him up?
A young girl in a purple ute, apparently.
Well, the Burnetts have a purple ute.
Joe, put out a general broadcast. If they are heading out of town, the highway patrol should pick them up.
Yeah, that or Harry will know where they're gone.
I never liked her hanging around him in the first place, him and his bloody mates.
So where have they gone, Harry?
Look, I promise you, if I knew that, I would go and get her back.
Well, she's left you to wear it. How do you feel about that?
She wouldn't do that, not Trace.
Who blew the shed, Harry?
I did. I triggered the detonator with a two-way radio.
Well, you could have taken us with it. And your daughter.
Yeah, I know that. I thought she was here with you blokes at the station. I didn't know there was anyone there.
Well, you didn't see us.
I was down by the river, in the ute, out of the way. I did it there.
Why?
Tracy never knew what I was up to. I wanted to get rid of all that stuff, you know, the pill making and that. I knew it was wrong, and I wanted to stop.
Well, that's very public-spirited of you, Harry. I don't believe a word of it.
It's true, I'm telling you. I blew the shed myself.
Oh, I believe you blew the shed. I just don't believe the reason. You didn't do it because you wanted to stop. You were just protecting yourself and your daughter.
No way, you understand?
Harry,
no way!
Harry! The only way to help Tracy is by telling the truth. The lot.
She's done a runner, mate. She's as guilty as hell.
Look, it's Todd. It's Todd and his mates, you understand? They're always flaming, popping pills. She must have been making it for them. She's a good girl. So she mixed in a bit of metho and a bit of strychnine just for her mates. Real good girl.
Yeah, go on, Chrissy. He deserves it.
Yeah, we've got to take revenge. I mean, no secrets among mates.
So you don't think you should talk to him first?
No, it's a great idea.
Be afraid, Detective.
You don't let him get you down.
Who?
You know that Tracy kid couldn't have made those eckies? Country bumpkins, her old man. Wouldn't have a clue.
That's what I've been trying to tell him.
Yeah, well, you might as well talk to a brick wall, mate. You're not like him.
Not much, no.
No, you think things through. You don't just make up your mind and go charging off to prove you're right. You know, a few times I thought maybe he's not fair dinkum.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, you know, drug squad. We make a lot of contacts. You know, meet a lot of crooks. Maybe he gets a bit close to them. Too close.
You're talking about my brother?
Yeah, well, I just thought you should know. You know, I should have made sergeant by now. More seniority, better figures. But guess what? My name's not Jones. And my old man's not a commander.
Oh, yeah.
That's all he said. That's what you're worried about.
Why wouldn't I be worried?
We're cops, right? We're supposed to look for evidence, sift it, and form a sensible conclusion. Not just listen to gossip and believe it.
I didn't say I believed it.
08.
Receiving.
Sighting of a purple Holden broken down behind the Harrington property on the Old Ridge Road.
We're headed out that way now.
He's your brother, Jonesy.
I know who he is.
Okay, well, can you at least consider the possibility that he's right about the Burnetts?
He's wrong.
Does this have something to do with the problems you guys had last time he was in town?
Yeah. Tracy, don't do this.
Todd was scared. We were just going to stay with his auntie till things cooled down.
So it was Todd's idea to run off.
You know, I don't give a rat's ass whose idea it was.
Why would you want to, Tracy? We only found one pill on him. He could have claimed that was for personal use.
I tried to tell him that.
The laboratory stuff in your shed? We know it was your dad's.
No,
He said it was.
it was mine.
Oh, don't tell me you're going to finally get to the truth here.
So what were you doing with it?
Making eckies, right?
No, I've told you.
You've told us a lot of things. Now we want you to tell us the truth. The stuff in the shed, it wasn't for doing your science homework, was it? You were using it to manufacture drugs.
No.
No.
Tracy, the truth.
The pills we found in your drawer in your bedroom. Go on, have a look. Look at them!
You don't mind? They've got something printed on them.
The Ace of Hearts.
I've never seen them before.
Well, I've been using it for a couple of years, just at parties and stuff. But, geez, a whole bag? Where do you suppose I've gotten that sort of money from?
By selling them yourself. Dealing.
But I've only done that for about a month or so, just so I could pay for my own.
And how many of your mates have you poisoned?
Look, I swear to you, they seem to be all right. No one got sick or anything.
You did.
Why'd you run, Todd?
Well, you told me what was in them and I panicked. I thought if anyone took them and died or something, then I'd be in real trouble.
Yeah, you could say that. We want a list of all the people you sold them to.
The blokes will kill me.
Oh. So you prefer to kill them?
The list. So when did you start putting strychnine in them?
I don't know, I never knew she was.
Knew who was?
Well, no one.
We know it was Tracy, Todd. She's gone. So why don't you just admit it?
No. Tracy hated that I was doing it. I got him off some other woman. Louise or Eloise.
So he just picked the name Eloise out of a hat? Why was she so interested to find out about the explosion yesterday?
She told you.
Yeah. Or maybe she was keen to suss whether Tracy or Todd had said anything to give her away. She was here to protect herself.
It was Todd who was doing the protecting.
But whether we believe Todd or not, we should have another word with the Maxwell.
Come on, this is amateur hour.
We might get on a bit better if you moderated your attitude, Sergeant.
We might get on a bit better if everyone stopped interfering in drug squad business.
And maybe we could do that if drug squad started following proper procedure.
Listen, big brother, I'm a sergeant, you're a constable. You mightn't like it, but don't let it cloud your judgment.
I've heard about enough of this. I think we should visit the Maxwells again.
All right, I'll talk to Eloise again.
And take PJ with you.
I'll go by myself.
Sergeant, you will take somebody with you.
What an extraordinary thing for the boy to have said. To be honest, I wouldn't have been so surprised if it had come from the girl, Tracy.
Why do you say that?
We had a slight falling out over the last few shipments of lavender. It really wasn't up to standard and we just weren't prepared to pay premium prices for it.
And Tracy Burnett got upset?
They both got a little difficult about it, but I think Mr. Burnett understood our position finally.
But not the girl.
No. She probably needed the money to buy drugs. I'm sorry, that was unkind of me. Well, I think that's about everything. The laboratory glassware, the boiling down equipment, the condensers. There's nothing I've missed, is there, Julian?
No, that seems to be the lot.
I didn't see a pill press.
What would we need a pill press for? We sell all of our product in bottles, in liquid form.
Epis helped us track down the guy who owned the pharmacy before him.
He remembered giving away his pill press when he retired. Apparently he donated it to the Theatrical Society as a prop. Society sold it off about a year back when they got into financial trouble.
Well, so where is it? Great.
Epis also complained about losing some stock lately, small quantities over a period of time.
What sort of stock?
Headache and pain tablets and pseudoephedrine.
Oh, so it's basic material for making ecstasy.
Pharmacology reports in on the tablets we found at the Burnett's.
What does it say?
Contents the same as from Todd's blood tests. Traces of MDA, MDMA plus strychnine, soap powders and methylated spirits. Exactly the same composition.
Yeah, well, there's something else as well.
Atish told us that Tracy's been working for him for the last 6 months, part-time.
Well, now we know where his pseudoephedrine went.
You've been charged with trafficking a drug of dependence. Do you understand that? You understand you've been remanded in custody to appear at St David's Magistrates Court tomorrow morning. You will now be lodged in the cells at St David's.
Listen, you can't do this to her. She's just a kid.
I'm sorry. Here's a copy of your charges.
It's wrong, you understand? It's wrong. You can't fucking not do it.
Don't waste your breath.
Boss, can I have a word?
Is this to do with the Burnett's?
I need to talk to Tracy.
The answer is no. No.
I still don't get why Tracy'd be working in a shop if she's rolling in drug
To get
money.
the raw materials. Hatisha's been losing pseudoephedrine ever since she started with him.
Yeah, but you've been watching those two the same as I have, sirs. Do you really think that they're both involved in the type of operation they're being charged with? They're innocent, sirs, and you know they are.
It's awful here.
Give us the truth and I'll do everything I can for you. What was going on in the shed if it wasn't ecstasy?
I can't tell you.
You think this is bad? Well, how would you like 3 to 5 in a real jail? And that's years, not half a day. You and your dad.
I stole a book from their shop. I gave it back, but I stole it and photocopied it.
Whose shop?
The Maxwells, Eloise and Julian's.
Have you been stealing from Hatish as well? Headache tablets, pseudoephedrine?
No, I would never do that.
And what sort of book was it?
A kind of recipe book. How to make the oils. I saw it when I was in there one day and took it when her back was turned. I gave it back and she caught me at it.
Why didn't you tell us this?
I was afraid of her. I told her I only borrowed it and she kept on at me about snooping around and threatened to call the cops.
Why did you take it?
I was going to try and make the oils too. They're making a fortune out of it.
Really?
They always complain that our flowers are dry or they don't produce enough oil. They pay us a quarter of what they're worth.
Your dad thinks you're making drugs.
I was scared of Eloise. I didn't want to get him involved.
Well, why not?
She told me she knew people. People who would do things to us. To Dad. And then when he blew the shed, I knew he'd think it was the drugs and I couldn't prove that it wasn't without telling him what I'd been up to. So I ran off with Todd.
But we found those pills in your room.
I told you, I never saw them before.
Well, how'd they get there?
I don't know, but I can guess. I knew Todd was dealing drugs, but I didn't know he was getting them from her until he got sick. I wanted to tell you, but I was afraid of her.
Tracy, how did those drugs get in your room?
Eloise put them there, I reckon, to shut me up.
We should get back and report on what Tracy just told us. You didn't get clearance from the boss for what we just did you?
Not exactly.
Jonesy.
I talked to Falcon Price instead.
You what? What are we doing here? Jonesy, no, you...
You're too late to make a purchase. I've just packed the float away.
I'm here to ask you about the ecstasy tablets you or your brother put in Tracy Burnett's room.
Not the Burnett's again. What's the girl been saying this time?
I know what you've been up to. And I know what you've done to Tracy. And you can do whatever you like to cover your tracks. It won't work.
Constable Rayner, perhaps you can tell us why we're being harassed like this.
Yeah, it's just a routine inquiry. We're off.
I see.
You couldn't resist, could you? Because she's a friend of mine.
She's a dealer and a manufacturer.
Shit. What the hell is going on?
Dad? What are you doing here?
What are you two doing, more to the point? I presume it's safe to leave the pair of you with your father. Well, that was embarrassing.
Well, this idiot started it by barging
I don't
up...
want to know about it.
Well, what are you doing here anyway?
I'm here to wish my eldest son a belated happy birthday. Since you couldn't be bothered to return my call, I'd have thought at 30 you might have grown up a bit.
I'm sorry.
So, happy birthday. I hope that'll be the end of it, for good.
As long as he butts out of my business.
Just give it away, Dylan. I've had about enough of your whinging. Evan, you're out of line on this. It's a drug squad investigation. Stay out of it.
There are two innocent people copping the blame for something they didn't do. Grow up.
And you? Try and act your rank. You're supposed to be a sergeant, not a damn trainee. God knows how you got there. Excuse me a moment, Tom.
Maybe I should go and hold them apart, eh?
You're not going anywhere. You went over my head to Falcon Price. You lied to him and you lied to me.
I'm sorry, boss, but
I'm not interested in your reasons or your apology.
Look, that kid and her father have been charged for something they did not do.
You are not the judge and jury, and barging around like a bull in a china shop's not going to help them. Now, I'll be talking to the inspector about this. You better have a good story ready for him, because I don't think he'll be interested in your apology either.
Yes, boss. Is there anything else?
Yes. We've organised a party for your birthday at the pub tonight. 7:30. As I'm making the effort, you'd better be there.
Come on, it's not exactly happening, is it? Someone needs to start dancing or something.
Since when does anyone dance here?
Yeah, I know.
You want me to kickstart it? Just leave it to Uncle Dougie. Excuse me. Can I get some vodka? Polish vodka? I'd like to taste the taters. And a cocktail shaker, thanks.
Oh-ho. Here we go.
Indeed, here we go.
You were way out of line this afternoon.
I needed your help.
No, you
sis.
needed someone to go with you behind the boss's back. And you didn't have enough respect to let me make my own decision.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it.
Forget it. Happy birthday.
Hey, it's Paddy. Come on, cheer up. Let me buy you a drink. So, you and Big Brother are partners, eh? You make a good team.
Thanks.
He's all right, you know. You're surprised that coming from me.
You could say that.
Yeah, I know he goes overboard sometimes, but you shouldn't give up on him. He'll always be there for you when you need him.
Wee bit of ice.
He's my brother.
You love him.
Yeah, don't quote me on it.
Shake.
You don't have to bribe around here to get a drink.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Uncle Doug's Hoofiac Samo. Oh, yeah. Hey, birthday boy. Get this in here. Oh, come on.
Oh, well, I'll have it. Not going to waste.
Madam.
All right.
You got a larger glass for him?
I've got a bucket.
It's actually quite good.
Take it.
You are lame. Lame ass. Come on. Yeah.
This is a private party.
Yes, we know. Happy birthday for yesterday. Your brother invited us.
Hey, birthday boy. Come on, won't hurt you. It's your birthday. Come on. I made it for you. Cheers. Oh, yeah, listen. Called a mate of mine in Melbourne today, in the squad. Checked out the Maxwells.
Yeah, we've checked them out on leave. Nothing.
No, not on leave. Their names have cropped up in information reports in the last month or so.
Concerning what?
Manufacture of illegal substances. No real evidence, but hey. The question is, did your brother know about it?
What are you saying?
Well, you know, he might have read those reports too.
Yeah, but if he had, that'd mean...
It'd mean he's protecting him.
I know about it. I know the Maxwells have a history. I need to talk to you.
What are you doing? Come on, chill out. It's your party. Come on, is this a party or what? Let's get the music back on. Relax, mate. Everything's fine. It's all gonna be fine. We're all friends here. Everything's fine.
Dylan. Dylan, get up. Dylan?
Chrissy, ambulance!
Dylan! Dylan!
Bu kadar mı lan? Havaya bir şey yok mu bu ülkede? Ne ya orada yandılar lan. Önüne düşüyor. Vay. Bize şirket. Herkes telefon elinden bağlı. good luck.